This month, we're going to be releasing a new hotfix. It's 29.2, the second hotfix we've done since update 29. And it's got some quality of life improvements in it that are mostly aimed at just making the game a little bit more comfortable and reasonable for a lot of the new players who are probably going to be joining the game as we, do our anniversary celebrations this year. So the first one is there's a feral mission called A Threat to Our Safety, where you're supposed to kill a feral, and it was blocked because sometimes the feral just wouldn't spawn. So we fixed that problem, that particular mission. If you had trouble with it, hopefully after hotfix 29.2, the problems will go away. Another very minor thing, we accidentally left one of our designers off the credits in the Homecoming update, which was big mistake on our part. We're sorry about that. Geoff Tuffley was the designer who was in charge of the discoveries, all of the just little locations scattered around Trumbull Valley where you could find not just an item, but an item with a little piece of story surrounding it. Some of the items that led into some of Mickey's missions, for instance, or some of the items that were some of the locations where you could find rare weapons and stuff. A lot of that stuff was all set up by Geoff Tuffley. And he was a contractor. He joined our team for a little while, gave us the benefit of his skill and expertise, and then ran off to do other things. And because of that, we forgot to put him in the credits. And so now we've remembered Geoff Tuffley gets credit, and he also gets like a 2-minute segment on this stream of me telling everyone how great he was and what he contributed. His work eventually grew into, Joe Swarner actually picked up where Geoff left off, learned from him how to make discoveries, and that's what allowed him to fix the shots in the dark achievement over in Heartland. And so Geoff, has had a major influence on how the game has gone, and so we really wanted to make sure that he got credit for it. The Lundegard Lumber Mill, which is one of the bases in Providence Ridge, it had a different name in every part of the UI for a long time. Some places it was called Lundegard, some places it was just called Lumber Mill, sometimes it was called weird stuff. And so we went through and we corrected all of those places, so it's actually called the Lundegard Lumber Mill everywhere that you might look for it in the UI. Again, minor quality of life fix, but it should help people be able to communicate about the game, when they're talking about Providence Ridge. And finally, we've been getting a lot of reports from the audience that there was missing VO, particularly in Trumbull Valley, but also in other parts of the game. There were just several VO lines coming from various characters in particular that just were never played. And so it was really clear that they should be there and that they weren't showing up. And so we went through and we found a lot of those and we cleaned them up. And so hopefully those VO lines should be playing reliably and well in hotfix 29.2. And that's it. That's hotfix 29.2. So not a huge list of features. It's not like we're dropping a bomb right in the middle of the game or anything like that. But, some quality of life fixes leading up to the point where we're ready to drop in something bigger like Forever Communities.